Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Technology Integration. My name is Dan. In this episode, we are looking at QR code sign out passes. And this is a really cool way for students to just scan a QR code. It'll fill in a Google form basically for them. All they have to do is select why they're coming back or why they're leaving your room. It's a really cool idea. Big shout out to at Daily Science for this great idea. I follow her on Twitter, and so should you. She has a lot of cool stuff on her Twitter. So to get started here, we have to get a couple of things. One, you'll have to open up a Google Sheet, open up a Google form, and inside of your sheet, you'll have to get this add-on called QR Code Generator. So make sure to just grab that add-on under your add-ons page, get add-ons, and then search for QR Code Generator. All right. Now, inside of your sheet, start by making these 4 columns at the top here. Make one that says student prefill, one that says URL to equal sign, one that says URL with prefill, and then one that says student QR label. All right. Then you can just fill in all your students under the student prefill section there. Okay. Over in your Google form, you can create a list of questions that just helps to explain why a student would be coming or going from your classroom. So all I have in this one is the student's name, are you leaving or coming back, and then their reason for leaving. That's it. Okay. Now, what we'll do is we need to get this column B here, the URL to equal sign. So what we have to do is over in our Google form is after we fill out, we kind of make the template here. We'll go up to the 3 dots up in the top right, find where it says get pre-filled link, give that a click. Under the your name part, just type in some sort of placeholder. I'm just going to put S name, just meaning student name. And this is what we're going to have be pre-filled. The other stuff I'm going to leave the same because it's going to be different for each student. So then I'll say get link. Then this black bar at the bottom is going to come up. I'll say copy link. Now I have that link copied to my clipboard here. I'm going to hop back over to my sheet, and I'm going to paste it in this first cell under URL equal sign. Now, when I paste it in here, the URL comes up in that formula bar, of course, and at the very end of the URL, it says equals S name, and that's what I typed into that first spot under that pre-filled link. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to erase everything after the equal sign. I'm going to don't forget to keep the equal sign though. Everything after the equal sign. Okay. I just hit enter there. And what I'll do now is I'm just going to click and drag this guy down here. Just make sure your mouse changes to a little crosshair there and drag it down. And now all those URLs all the way down here are the same for all my students. Okay. Now in column C, the URL with prefill column, what I have to do is combine this URL with the student names. All right. This is where we're going to use a funky formula called concatenate. C-O-N-C-A. And there we go. Concatenate. I might be saying that right. I don't know, to be honest. So what this will do is this will add 2 strings together. And so it's equals concatenate, open parenthesis. The first string, so string 1 is going to be that URL, then type a comma, then click on the student's name. Okay, so it should look something just like this. Equals concatenate, parenthesis, B2, comma, A2. Then you just hit enter. And now I have a new URL. So if I expand the whole thing out here, I have the whole big URL. And instead of ending at an equal sign, it says equals Barathi and Joffrey. And if I kind of squeeze this back down here, I can apply this down to everybody. So again, click and drag it down where you have the crosshair again, drag that on down. And all these links will have a pre-fill. So if I click on Sam Wells here, give a click to his, it's going to have his name automatically thrown in there. Okay. I'll leave that. Now, so I have all these pre-filled Google form links ready to go. So what I need to do now is make all these links into QR codes. All right. So this is where that QR code generator comes in. All right. So first thing we need to do from here is get all these students' names under the QR label section here. So I'm just going to highlight and just copy and paste these guys over. So copy all these names, paste them over onto this side as well. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and open up the add-on. So go to add-ons and then QR code generator. Open this guy up. And make sure it's on QR codes. You can change the size. From the looks of it, the medium is a pretty good size. Save it as a document. I like to have the border there. It's kind of a personal preference thing. Use a second column so you can fit as much stuff onto one page as you can. Shorten the URL. And before you click generate, this is important. Before you click generate, click and highlight all the pre-filled URLs and the student names. Do not do the headers, the actual column labels, just the URLs and the names. Just click and highlight those together and then click on generate. It'll take a little bit of time here. It's making a QR code for each one of those links, and it's going to put those student names as a label for each one of those QR codes, just like we saw at the beginning of this video. So it's making, I'm on 8 of 15, so it'll take a few seconds here to make everything. And then once it's made, it just makes a Google Doc for you. And it'll save it into your drive automatically, which is always good. There we go. So I'll say open document. And then here is my sign up page. From here, kind of a personal preference thing. If you want to make it landscape, so you can just kind of have them fit a little bit better. I kind of like it in landscape better. I can just click on file and then page setup, choose landscape and say, okay. You get a little bit more space out of it. These are just pictures and boxes and text, so you can move these things around if you want to. If the formatting is a little funky, you can do that too. If you need to make them bigger, they're just pictures, so you can do that too. All right. From here, you can just print out these papers, stick them up around your room, and when students want to go ahead and sign in around your classroom, all that they have to do is scan their QR code. Okay. I'm going to try to get my webcam to work here and show you what the student side would look like. So I'm going to use my phone real quick and get my scanner here. And I'm going to scan one of my QR codes here. So I'll scan this first one, Joffrey's here. And I'm opening up the QR code here. Hopefully it's kind of easy to see there. And so it automatically filled in his name. All I have to do is say why I'll say I'm leaving, and I'm saying I'm going to the bathroom, and click on submit. And just like any other Google form, it'll save that into the rest of my Google form here. And so if I go back to this one, I have my responses again, and I can go export out a spreadsheet for myself. And as the teacher, it gives me a nice log of when exactly. I have an exact time when the student left, their name, if they were leaving or coming back, their reasons for leaving, etc. So it's a real good way to track where your students are going, and just have that little extra bit of accountability in a pretty cool technology kind of way. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If you enjoyed, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.